English podcast. You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. CULIPS.com. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Jeremy.
And you're listening to Culips. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey there, Andrew. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing really well today, actually.
Good to hear.
Yeah, always good days.
Keep it positive, right?
Yep, I try to.
Jeremy, today we are going to do a catchword episode. And for all the listeners that don't know what that is, catchword is the series where we teach you how to use interesting and fun and natural English idioms and slang, phrasal verbs, vocabulary, all of these things. And today, we're going to teach you how to use two English expressions that you can use when you have a problem or when you're in trouble. So, actually, we're going to transition from that positive state of mind into a negative frame of mind. But just temporarily, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so just before we get started, we should tell everyone that to get the most out of this episode, you can actually study along with our study guide. And it contains a transcript and a bunch of other awesome practice activities that we designed to help you guys get better at English. And it's available for download on our website, culips.com. So when you get a free moment, please go check it out. Okay, Jeremy, what is our first expression that we'll look at today that relates to having a problem or being in trouble?
Our first expression today is in a pickle, as in, I am in a pickle, or she is in a pickle. Wow, what a strange expression.
It's funny when you think of it.
Yeah.
Of course, a pickle is a type of, pickled vegetable, right? Like a cucumber that's been soaked in vinegar for a long time and tastes a little bit sour and very delicious, actually.
Me too. I love pickles.
So if you're in a pickle, it actually means that you're in trouble.
In trouble.
In trouble. And you find yourself in a difficult situation. So if you're in a pickle, you have a problem, you're in trouble, something's difficult, and you actually don't know what to do. You need help, I think, if you're in a pickle.
It makes me wonder if this actually means you are stuck in a jar like a pickle.
Actually, you're on to something here. I did a little research into the origins of this expression.
Oh, okay.
And what I learned was that in the UK, the word pickle actually refers to what we call in North America relish.
Oh.
And relish is a condiment that you would put maybe on a hot dog or a hamburger. Pickles that have been sliced up really small into little chunks.
Okay.
And so some people think that the origin of this expression, in a pickle, means to be stuck in the pickle jar with all the little chunks of relish. And you're getting tossed around in the jar and you're in a difficult situation. That's just a hypothesis.
Well, it makes it easier to remember, for sure.
Jeremy, I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
when you hear this expression, in a pickle, how does it sound to you? If you hear somebody say like, "Oh man, I'm in a pickle." What's your impression? Is it a serious problem? A light problem?
It can be usually not like a life or death situation. Someone who is in a pickle is stuck between two equally strong forces. For example, they have to clean their house because they have guests coming over, but they also have to go to the store to buy food for the guests. And they're not sure which one to do. So in that moment, they're in a pickle. I have to go here. I have to go there. No time. So they are stuck in a pickle. I guess.
Stuck in a pickle, yeah. In a dilemma, right? There's
Dilemma.
two things you need to do, but you don't know how to do either of them, or you can't do either of them. Yeah, this is a great example of being in a pickle.
Does this expression sound a little old-fashioned to you?
Slightly old-fashioned, and that's a great point that I wanted to touch upon.
Okay.
Is that I would not use this expression every day, but when I do use it, or when I hear my friends use it, it's usually a way to break the ice or to make light of a serious problem. Like you're kind of laughing to keep yourself from crying, right? You're in a bad situation, you have a problem, but you recognize that the problem is serious and you laugh like, "Oh man, I'm really in a pickle. My rent's due tomorrow. I have no money. What will I do?" You know, this kind of situation.
Yeah. When you don't know what to do, or when you can't do anything to resolve the situation immediately, you're stuck in a jar. So you're stuck in a pickle. Like a pickle.
I like that way of thinking about it. Yeah. I think we are ready to listen to a couple of examples using this expression in a pickle. So let's do that now.
Here we go. Hello?
Hey man, do you think you could give me a hand? I'm kind of in a pickle.
Oh no, what's up?
I just ran out of gas, actually. I'm on the side of the highway just outside of town. Could you possibly bring a jerry can of gas out to me?
Yeah, I can do that. Give me 20 minutes, okay?
Thanks so much. I owe you one.
In this example, a guy finds himself in a pickle when he runs out of gas on the side of the road and has to phone his friend to ask for help. Let's listen to the part of the example where he uses this expression a couple more times.
Do you think you could give me a hand? I'm kind of in a pickle. Do you think you could give me a hand? I'm kind of in a pickle.
So he found himself in a pickle when he ran out of gas. And again, in a pickle means in trouble or in a bad situation. By the way, Andrew, when this guy asks his friend for help, he asks him to bring him a jerry can of gas. What is a jerry can?
A jerry can. Good question. A jerry can is one of those containers that many people keep in their garage. And it's rectangular shaped and red, usually.
Like a gas can?
Yeah, it's used for storing gasoline. Usually has a nozzle on the end, like a spout that you can put right into the gasoline tank. So it's just a portable gasoline jar.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, I wonder if it's a Canadian term. Might be a Canadian term. Jerry can.
Jerry can, yeah. Jerry is a name of a person, right? It's a person's name? Interesting.
There's a band in Canada called the Jerry Cans, and they're actually from the very, very north of Canada in the territory of Nunavut. So if you ever want to listen to some up north music, check out a band called the Jerry Cans.
The Jerry Cans. Maybe I'll have to check that out.
All right, Jeremy, let's move on to one more example with in a pickle.
All right.
Hey, it's late. Aren't you going to go home?
No, I'll be working late tonight. I'm really in a pickle. Management wants my sales report by tomorrow morning, but I haven't even started yet.
Is there anything I could do to help?
No, I don't think so. Maybe just bring me a big coffee tomorrow morning because I think I'm going to need it.
In this example, an office worker says he's in a pickle when he realizes that he's very far from finishing the work he needs to submit by tomorrow morning. Let's listen to that part of the example where we hear him describe his problem a couple more times.
I'm really in a pickle. Management wants my sales report by tomorrow morning, but I haven't even started yet. I'm really in a pickle. Management wants my sales report by tomorrow morning, but I haven't even started yet.
Okay, so he's in trouble. He's in a pickle, and he'll have to work all night if he wants to finish his report by the deadline. That sucks.
Yeah, that's a pickle for sure.
That's a pickle. All right, Jeremy, our second expression today is actually very similar to the first one, both in form and in meaning. So what is it? What's our second expression?
Our second expression is in a jam.
In a jam. J-A-M. In a jam.
Jam. That has a lot of meanings. Jam.
Jam. Yeah. It's a delicious spread for bread and muffins. And
sometimes it can mean a good song.
Yeah. A jam.
Yeah, that's a good jam. That's my jam.
Can mean a problem, right? I'm in a jam, which is the context that we're looking at it today. Yeah, very versatile word, jam.
But if you think about it, it's actually the same expression because jam is something that is made in a jar with lots of fruit and sugars and other things stuffed into a jar.
Yeah, it's right. That's cool that you looked at it from that approach because I took a different approach when I was trying to understand this expression, but I think both are valid. I thought of it more as like a traffic jam or a paper jam in a photocopier. You know, in this situation, you're stuck. There's no movement. And this is problematic, right? If you want to move but you're blocked, then this is a problem. And if you're in a jam, I think you're in trouble. You have a problem, but you don't really see an escape. You're stuck. You don't know how you can solve the problem or free yourself from this troublesome situation.
Sometimes when the door won't open, they say the door is jammed.
It's true.
So, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, or you can jam somebody's phone, right? Maybe the CIA will jam somebody's phone line so that they can't make any calls.
They block it or something like that.
I don't know about you, but I sense that in a jam is slightly more serious sounding than in a pickle. In a pickle, it's kind of cute, kind of light, but in a jam, I think I would use it with a more serious problem, more serious situation.
Yeah, I agree. I can imagine someone smiling when they say in a pickle, but they probably wouldn't be smiling if they say in a jam.
Yes, I agree that if you're in a jam, it's not really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's take a listen to a couple of examples with in a jam, which once again means to be in trouble or have a big problem on your hands.
How did you do on your paper for history class?
Oh man, I actually failed.
What? Really? But you worked really hard on it, didn't you?
I guess the professor just hates me.
Man, I guess that really puts you in a jam, hey? If you want to pass the class, you'll have to ace the final.
Ugh, yuck. I don't even want to think about it. In this example, a student is in big trouble, or he's in a jam, when he realizes that he will probably fail his history class. And his friend, such a nice guy, his friend kindly reminds him of this fact, right? So let's listen to that part of the conversation again.
Man, I guess that really puts you in a jam, hey?
Okay, the only way this student can pass the class and get out of being in a jam is to ace the final. Ace the final. Jeremy, what does it mean, ace the final?
I guess ace is like a perfect score, right? To ace it, to ace something.
To ace it. Yeah, so, wow, that's a lot of pressure, having to ace the final to pass a class.
Yeah, my goodness. I don't like thinking about that even now.
Me neither. All right. Let's listen to one more example for today. My brother asked me for a loan again. Can you believe it?
I've lost track of how many times he's been in a jam and asked you to help him out.
I know. That guy is a magnet for trouble.
So are you going to help him out?
I mean, do I have a choice? He's my brother. I can't just let him starve out in the cold.
In this example, we heard a conversation about a guy who just can't seem to stay out of trouble. He's always in a jam. He always has financial difficulties and has to ask his brother to borrow money. In a jam is a good expression to use when talking about debt and financial problems, because unfortunately, financial problems can be difficult to overcome and often feel hopeless. And when you are in a jam, you are in serious trouble and feel like there is no escape from your problem.
That is right, unfortunately. And yeah, not being able to pay your bills, this is a jam. You're in a jam in this situation.
Yeah, you're stuck in a difficult situation and you need help to get out of the jar, of the jam.
Of the jam jar or of the pickle jar.
The pickle jar. I imagine like a small person stuck in a jar. I think of this now.
It's a funny image, but I think it will help everybody remember these two expressions.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, so let's just recap what we talked about today. And so we learned two expressions today that you can use when you have a problem or when you're in trouble or even when you're in deep, deep, deep trouble. And the first expression was to be in a pickle. The second was to be in a jam. Guys, I have a great idea for you, a suggestion. Why don't you practice making some sentences using these two expressions? Okay, so if you would like us here at Culips to take a look and correct them for you, just post them to our Facebook page and we will do that. So you can find our Facebook page at facebook.com/Culips podcast. And we look forward to reading all of the creative and funny example sentences that you think up and leave for us. That is it for today. Thank you for listening, everyone. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for future episodes, please drop us a line. Contact, CONTACT, at culips.com, or you could send me a message directly. My email address is andrew@culips.com.
You can find more episodes of the show at qlips.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We will be back soon with another episode, so stay tuned.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
The best way to study with QLips is by becoming a QLips member. When you become a QLips member, you will get full transcripts, detailed vocabulary explanations, and quizzes for each episode. Visit qlips.com. That's CULIPS.com to sign up and become a member.